she will never have to wonder her worth, because unlike you, I'm gonna put her first. And you know, he'll never walk away.
And there we see it again, right? It just gets it.
Soundtrack.
Well, hello there. Welcome back to another vocal analysis. My name is Dr. Dan. Today we are looking again at Kelly Clarkson. This is the most beautifully emotive performance. And of course, we're talking about Kelly's performance on American Idol of her song Piece by Piece. The storyline behind this piece is gut-wrenching on one level and so wonderfully uplifting on another. It's a beautifully, I think one of the other things about this performance is it's wonderfully exposed in the sense that it's just piano and Kelly. And it has, that arrangement presents her voice in a vulnerable state. Let's dive in. Let's have a listen to her singing through this and go on the emotional journey with her.
And all I remember is your back, walking towards the airport, leaving us all in your past. I traveled 1,500 miles to see you. I begged you to want me, but you didn't want to. But piece by piece, he collected me up off the ground where you abandoned things. Yeah, piece by piece, he filled the holes that you burned in me. Yeah, 6 years old, and you know he never walks away. He never asks for money. He takes care of me, 'cause he loves me. Piece by piece, he restored my faith that a man can be kind and a father could stay.
I didn't mean to pause there. Keith Urban is quite obviously moved. One of the, it's certainly the narrative of this piece that lays the foundation for the roller coaster of emotions that we feel as we listen to this song. But it is also the presentation, the singer themselves, in this case, Kelly, and I believe she wrote this piece. She is so connected to the lyric. She's telling us something so personal, so private, that we can't help but be sensitive to the moment. And this is good performance. Many of you, you're learning to sing at home. That's what we do here at Voice Essentials. And it's a very scary thing to be vulnerable on stage. And yet when we open ourselves to the audience, when we say, here I am, warts and all, this has been my experience, often the audience will go, me too. And we have a moment of shared human experience. The good, the bad, the downright ugly. And that's the power of good singing. It opens us. It's not just of singing, it's of course of art in general, in all of its various forms. But in singing, we have this opportunity to just open people to hear and to be communicated with. Can you tell? This is what I love about singing. This right here. This is special. Let's continue on and listen to where Kelly takes us.
And all of your words, they fall flat. I made something of myself, and now you wanna come back. But your love, it isn't free, it has to be earned. Back then I didn't have anything you needed, so I was worthless. Piece by piece he collected.
So she loses it there, and this performance does not in any way, shape or form suffer for that. But she does. She loses it. She becomes, there's in the world of acting, there's a thing called the state of metaxas. The state of metaxas in acting is that the actor is managing two worlds. They're managing the world of, I have to remember lines. I have to walk over to the desk and pick up a cup at this moment in time, or I need to move back from the front of the stage because there might be a pyrotechnic or a special effect going off. That's the real world. The unreal world that they also have to manage is the fact that they are a character experiencing emotions, that they are communicating. And so we have this management of two worlds that have to be held in a balanced state of metaxas. We do the same thing in singing. When we're performing, we have to remember the lyric. We have to remember the melody. We have to sing in tune. If you're self-accompanying, you've got to remember the chords. That's the real world. On the other hand, we have the unreal world where we're communicating a subtext and emotion, and we're connecting with the lyric and we're experiencing that on one level, and we have to manage that. We see here a momentary, well, in fact, the moment continues on, where the unreal world, and that is the fact that she is so moved by the real world experience of what this song is communicating, just wells up and consumes her a little bit. It overwhelms her. Again, just so we're clear, the performance does not suffer for it. If anything, this performance has become known for the very fact that she is overcome by the emotion. And so it has been advantaged by it. But for us, as we learn to perform, we want to learn to keep those two worlds in perfect tension. And because you're no good to an audience if you're just a complete blubbering mess, equally, you're kind of no good to the audience if all you're doing is remembering lyrics and melody, because that's going to be really bland. So we want both, but we want to keep it in that perfect balance, that synergy, that state of metaxas.
Did me up off the ground where you abandoned things, yeah. Piece by piece he filled the holes that you burned in me. 6 years old, and you know he never walks away. He never asks for money. He takes care of me 'cause he loves me. Piece by piece he restored my faith that a man can be kind and a father could stay. Piece by piece, well, piece by piece, I fell far from the tree. I will never leave her like you left me, and she will never have to wonder her worth, because unlike you, I'm gonna put her first. And you know he'll never walk away.
And there we see it again, right? It just gets it. You know, it doesn't escape me. And if you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know I am not a fan of TV talent shows. I'm just not. If you want to know why, jump onto the channel and just search, TV talent shows in the video tab, and you'll find out why. But what we see here is the reason that I don't like TV talent shows is not because of the singers on the shows. Kelly is a wonderful example of a singer who gets it. That singing is far more than just, candy pop. It's about communication. It's far more about than perfect voice and perfect notes. And I think it's a wonderful irony, I'll acknowledge it, that we get to see that on a TV talent show stage. And I think we, I wanted to acknowledge my own irony there. Let's also very quickly, as we continue on, there's only a little bit to go. Let's also think about the vocal tone and huskiness that we have here. Kelly's voice has really developed over the last 8, 9, 10 years, I think. It has gone from what was a very quite compromised sound because everything was always so big and so driven, and the voice really laboured under that. In recent years, there is a clarity of tone. There's so much development that has happened on a technical level. But in this performance, and again, this does not detract from the performance in the moment, but we hear a voice that is quite husky. I think, please, can you tell me if this is not the case? I always get nervous around talking about the pregnancy. Is she pregnant in this performance? The dress has a beautiful job of kind of managing, her tummy. If she is pregnant, then she will be struggling for any significant breath during the performance because the diaphragm will be quite restricted in moving down because with pregnant women, the tum, especially when we get to sort of halfway point, like late second semester, early, third trimester, I should say trimester, not semester, trimester, the diaphragm can really struggle to push down because baby's already occupying that space. So it causes us to breathe quite high, which can labour the voice also.
He'll never walk away, he'll never break her heart, he'll take care of things, he'll love her, and piece by piece, he'll restore my faith. Sorry. That a man can be kind, and a father should be great.
Oh, can I just very briefly, I want to acknowledge the brilliant accompaniment going on here because she falls out of time with that swell of emotion, but the accompanist waits because she circles round. She's a true pro. She circles round, but the accompanist waits for her in that moment. He is fully aware of where she's at and the vulnerable state of the musicality, and so he's really matching her, and it's so well done. That kind of gets lost in it all because we're so focused on her and the emotion that it gets lost just the work he is doing. Hat tip to him.
And a father should be great.
He waited for her. Lovely work. Lovely work.
Piece by piece.
Yeah.
Super pregnant and hormonal.
Oh, she, she does acknowledge the fact that she's super pregnant there, and so she is, you know, the hormones for a pregnant woman are quite intense at times, and she obviously was really experiencing that moment in the presentation. But there are things that we can take away from that performance, not in noting them as a negative, because they were far from a negative. The performance is highly respected. But for us, you know, we want to learn to manage those two worlds, don't we? We want to keep them both, you know, in check. I think that will advantage us going forward. I hope you've enjoyed today's vocal analysis. Please leave any comments. Maybe you know, have other things to add, maybe a disagreement here or there. I look forward to reading your comments in time. I look forward to seeing you again also in the next vocal analysis video. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.